Crew, we've called it a noble madness. It's a magnificent obsession. No one wants the alarm to go off at 4:30 in the morning. Not even me. But then you get down and put hand in an oar, you shove off, you feel the water, you listen to that under the boat. And then it becomes so easy to just give yourself to something and give yourself to the day.
When we start practice, it's dark, it's cold. It's not very nice to be there. I'm still tired, but as the practice goes on, usually about half an hour into it, the sun starts to rise and we're getting into more intense pieces and harder work, and it's just really inspiring.
You can't discount the fact that you go to breakfast and you've accomplished more before breakfast than a lot of people do all day.
This year, we are blessed and cursed with having the largest Division III program in the country for women, and in some cases, the largest program, men or women.
We stand on it together, right off the catch, let's go!
No matter how many athletes we have, we always have a first varsity 8, we have a second varsity 8, we have a third varsity 8, and then we have a first novice 8, first, second 8 sometimes, and this year we actually have a third novice 8. We say that every day is a seat race, and what a seat race means is that every day we're watching for a lineup that works well or doesn't, and then we move people around and see if another one works well or doesn't.
Side for never in the bottom, just walk along. Missy is now part of 5 and 6. She's also playing 4 seat.
As we're doing this, we're looking at strength levels, we're looking at technique, we're looking at work ethic. We're looking at their power and their strength over time. And then we try combinations. And then if a combination works, we dissect it. Why does it work? Why didn't it work? This one worked better than that one. Some people row well with somebody else and some don't, and we figure that out.
Push pressure on it. One more like that. Push pressure on it. Now sit up. No, keep going, keep going. Okay. And you know, that first stroke doesn't have to be wicked slow.
Within all of our practices and all the work we do, we have a combination of objectives. One, to help each athlete row and use their boat as effectively as possible. Not incorrectly to get too much length or whatever, but in the strongest position and in the best way possible for that athlete. But then we also have to blend all of the athletes so that the timing of their strokes is close enough together so that they can support the boat will be level, and the boat goes fast. So we coach the individual in their technique. We coach them in ways, and we coach the boat in ways to then bring what they're doing individually in together. And then we coach the boat on rhythm and power and how to move. And we coach the coxswains in how to respond and recognize anything that breaks that rhythm, anything that pulls away. Sarah is one of those athletes who, over the course of time, has developed into a fierce competitor, a great tactician, and someone that the rowers actually, really trust to tell her exactly what's happening, not sugarcoat it, and put it out there.
10 at 30.
Even when you're exhausted, the person whose voice you will listen to, that is the person you want in the boat with you. And she has seemed to get a really, really good response out of our top athletes and out of the athletes that want to and have the ability to go fastest.
I definitely didn't view myself as an authoritative figure like coming into Smith, but I grew into the role. You have to have confidence, you have to have the authority, but it's something that comes with you, and the rowers definitely respect what you say, and they have to do what you say no matter what you say. I'm the brains and they're the brawn.
So the Smith Crew Ergathon is an event we do every year to gain awareness on campus for the team, since we're always racing off campus, but it also is a chance for us to raise funds for a local charity. For the past several years, we've done the food bank of Western Massachusetts, and we have a goal of raising over $1,000 today. While we're out here erging, we have people with cups collecting spare change from all the people walking by, coming to cheer us on. So that's the Ergathon.
Smith is definitely tries to have a worldview in terms of how we can affect others and what we can do, even in small ways.
We take all spare change.
And collecting change. It's kind of a small way that adds up.
Smith Crew has been basically my college experience in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm a neuroscience major who does a lot of laboratory work. I'm doing 5-credit special studies, and I live in the lab, but I would really define myself as a rower as a smithy.
Crew is a big part of my life at Smith. It's a lot of my social life. I actually got a tattoo of the sunrise over the mountains that I see every morning. These are my favorite colors, the pink and the oranges.
It's wild to be part of a sport where people are so passionate about it, they're actually tattooing things on themselves. But on the other hand, it's kind of cool. You know, it is pretty cool that it's something that represents something so big in their lives that they want to put something permanent on themselves to remind themselves daily and later that this is something they were a part of. Pretty cool, and certainly not required. After a winter, especially in New England, when you really are hibernating, even if we're here training, we're training in the basement, we're training in the erg room, we're not outdoors, that we sort of blossom when we go to spring break and we go out. And we are tied to sunlight, and we are tied to the beginning of the day in a way that's very different. And then you get to see the sunrise. We stop and we acknowledge it. Because in our normal day, a lot of times we don't have any single moment. Sorry, I don't know, but we don't have very many moments where we just sit and where we just acknowledge that we have strong bodies and strong minds and people to share something with.